Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Amirul Ashraf bin AZIZ, together with our group member, which is Nik Muhammad HAIKAL bin Nik Muhammad NASRUDDEEN. In this video, we're gonna talk about sensory processing disorder (SPD), and later on, we will discuss on deeper about 3% who has diagnosed with sensory processing disorder. Have you heard about SPD? SPD is an acronym for sensory processing disorder. SPD is a neurological disorder that alters the way your brain interprets sensory information. Things you see, hear, smell, taste, or touch are examples of sensory information. SPD can affect all or just one of your senses. However, this disease can also have a reverse impact. SPD is more common in the children than the adults.
You must be wondering what are the symptoms of SPD, right? Before I tell you about the symptoms, let me tell you about over and under responsive SPD. To understand what over responsive is, imagine that all of our sensory system is a small cup and the sensory input is water. The small cup being added with water non-stop and it will spill over. Meanwhile, undersensitive is a condition when a big cup is filled by water non-stop but it never feels full. So here are the symptoms of overresponsive SPD. The symptoms are they think clothing is scratchy or itchy, they think the sound is too loud, they see the light is too bright, they have poor balance, and they think the soft touches is too hard. Meanwhile, the symptoms of under-responsive SPD are they cannot sit still, they love jumping and spinning, they will chew anything in front of their eyes, they can spin without feeling dizzy, and they have sleeping problems.
Some days and times of days are good, and some are too much for me. I don't like loud and busy places. I cover my ears and want to run away or yell and tell everyone to be quiet. I need less noise to feel in control.
Now, let me introduce you the main character in the first documentary. The boy's name is Neil. In that video, he has informed that he has two diseases that are SPD and autism. Besides that, he loves classical music. For example, he likes to hear the people playing jazz. Moreover, he likes to read comics and love to go to the school. So let's figure out about Neil's development process. He is under-responsive for proprioceptive and vestibular senses. Proprioceptive is about the body awareness, while the vestibular is about balance and motion. Besides that, he is over-responsive for four senses, which are touch, sound, taste, and smell. Let's jump into the support system. So, what kind of things and who have helped Neil to throughout his daily life? They are the classical music, Neil's mother, and the therapist. Are the challenges encountered by Neil and his family. Neil feels uncomfortable with noise that cause him cannot concentrate on anything. For example, he felt very uneasy when his mom turning on the vacuum or the blender. Besides that, he cannot see something bright. For instance, he has to wear the sunglasses when he is out of home and in the day because the sun's emergence hurts his eyes. The challenges encountered by Neil's family are his mom and his therapist, that is Katie, needs to do something fun in order to entertain him, and his mom need to consult Katie on what kind of things to try at home and at school to keep Neil's body in control. Now, let's talk about how Neil and the people surround him helped him to overcome his problem. At school, Neil pushed himself on the scooter box. This action made him to get more proprioceptive input to organize his body. When he feels that his body out of control, he will jump off the scooter board. Besides that, he will be in the classical music. As I mentioned in the early video, that he likes to hear people playing jazz because that will make him feel more relaxed. The other medication is his mom and his therapist, that is Katie, will talk each other on what kind of activities that can be tried at home and at school in order to make him feel happy. Furthermore, his mom and his therapist, that is Katie, will do the fun things when they are at OT, such as they will work out the muscles and the brains in order to make Neil's body is in control.
Sophia is 4 years old and has been coming to OT primarily for inefficiencies with processing and modulation of sensory input. This means that her nervous system requires increased amounts of input and sensory experiences throughout the day to help her maintain a calm, organized state.
Next, let's move on the second main character, which is Sophia. Sophia is 4 years old girl and currently diagnosed with SPD and ADHD. So, what is her development process? Since she's 3 years old, she has been coming to OT primarily, which is her therapy center for inefficiency with processing and modulation of sensory input. Sophia goes therapy center because she is having immature grasp pattern, which means cannot hold the stuff properly. This problem causes Sophia to do her daily life become more difficult. Now, let's go into support system. So, what is Sophia's support system? Of course, her parents. Even though Sophia has SPD, they never give up to send her to therapy center in order to give Sophia the best treatment. Next, second support system for her, which is her therapist, Kathleen. Kathleen also provides a lot of treatment for Sophia. There are several treatments that Kathleen provides for her. All this treatment we will discuss deeper in the meditation section. SPD is not easy at all. There are some challenges encountered that need to face by these people. First of all, her therapist, Kathleen. As therapist, she needs to look after Sophia while doing treatment for her. In the video, Kathleen said that the greatest challenge for her when she asked Sophia to sustain the grasp while carrying her from one point to another. She also needs to provide a lot of treatment for her since she came to the therapy center. Kathleen gives Sophia a lot of treatment because she wants Sophia grow as a normal people without having SPD in the future. Next, for the challenges encountered, which is the main character itself, Sophia. Since she's 3 years old, she cannot control her movement, and this causes Sophia having hard to walk. Last but not least, how did her therapist help to overcome the challenges? In this video, we can see that Kathleen provides several treatments for Sophia, which is midline, weighted vest, movement, heavy work, strength balance, and head position. All this treatment has been decided by Kathleen so Sophia can get well from her disease.
My name is Diana. I'm the mom of 2 5-year-old twins, Bodhi and Sky. When my husband and I found out we were having twins, we were so excited. My son Bodhi loves trains, he loves dinosaurs, and he's a very creative kid. At about 18 months, that's when we realized that something was wrong with Bodhi. Bodhi was diagnosed with sensory processing disorder.
Now, we jump to the last main character, which is Bodhi. Bodhi is 5 years old child and have twins named Sky. Bodhi is very creative kid and loves train and dinosaur. Next, we will proceed to his development. He is diagnosed with SPD since 18 months. In the video, his mom, Mrs. Diana, saw that she and her husband realized something wrong happened with the body, which are speech and language impairment and global development delay. After that, they found body was diagnosed with SPD. Throughout the growth of body's life, he often refused invitation or instruction given by his mother. This caused difficulty for his mother to educate him. So, do you know who are support system for body? Obviously, his parents. His mother, Mrs. Diana, who was helping body to do daily stuff such as taking a bath, brushing teeth, and more. Even though Miss Diana having stress to manage body's life, but she remains patient and persists in order to raise him. Other his parents, his therapists also help him. They provide a lot of treatment so that body will be better in the future. Next, we go through the challenges for body and his family. Body has global development delay, which means his growth is slowing down. This causes his body size is not equal to his increasing age. Body also cannot speak very well. He only can speak what he knows. Next, for the family, challenges accounted for them, especially for his mother, which is they are very hard to control body and need to follow routine for him. Every problem has its solution. So, how they overcome the challenges? I told to you guys that most his parents always support him very well. His mother, Mrs. Diana, also prepared crunchy food that he likes, such as crackers, chips, and cookies. Lastly, his parents sent body to the therapist who will help him to treat him. For the similarities, first we take a look at the similarity of these three persons. Obviously, we can see Neil, Sophia, and body have sensory processing disorder (SPD). They're quite similar that we can look at them when they cannot sit still when they do their therapy. They also hard to manage themselves and cannot focus on anything that they do. This causes their parents and therapists need to manage their children and patient treatment and daily life properly.
Now I am going to talk about the differences between three characters in terms of cognitive. Cognitive refers to the cognition. The meaning of cognition is mental process of acquiring knowledge or understanding. Unlike Sophia and Body, who do not like reading, Neil likes to read comics and going to the school. Sophia and Neil are easy to follow the order. Unlike Body, who always oppose the order given by the therapist and his mother. Now, let's jump into the differences in terms of support system. The definition of support system is the people who give the help and encouragement. Sophia has only her therapist named Caitlin to give her the treatments. Meanwhile, Neil and Body have their own mother to manage their daily life routine.
You must wondering what theory is related to sensory processing disorder. The first theory that we can relate, which is Bromford-Berner's ecological theory. This theory is focused on social context in which people live and the people who influence their development. As example, we can see the therapist, Kathleen, provides Sophia a lot of treatment to her.
The other theory that can be related to this disease is Vygotsky theory. Neil likes to read comics and going to school, so his parents and teachers can train him using this theory. This theory teaches us about scaffolding. Scaffolding means the level of support need to be adjusted as the performances rise. So, this way can help Neil to throughout his daily life easily. Both children and adults may be afflicted with the disorder known as SPD. Both Bromford-Berner and Vygotsky's theory have a connection with SPD. We must take into account that many people with SPD are not aware that they have a problem or they need a treatment or therapy. Making people more aware of SPD help create inclusive environment at workplace and in school. Additionally, it guarantees that the therapist can effectively treat SPD.